Hey, what is up guys, this is Classic Strike and welcome back to another top 4 list. And today we're going to be talking about the top 4 useless scout items, or melees, we should be more precise. But remember to like this video, and if you want more of these top 4s, top 5, top 10s, remember to subscribe and comment and I will gladly do so. Anyway, let's just get into top 4. Here we are guys, and at number 4 we have the Fanowar, and this is a very good item in MVM for all you MVM players out there. But just in regular TF2 gameplay, this item is just not good, and I just don't think it's a very good weapon at all because of the kind of situational it is. It does mark your opponents for death if you do manage to get one melee hit off of them, but that's not really the sole purpose of a scout. It does have that negative bonus penalty, but as a scout you're not really going to go around racking people, and I don't think we're not going to pay attention to that. But I do like the mark as death, but it's just not a good option, because if you have a sniper on your team or you have a friend, you tell them to use the Girardi, because you can get more than one player with that good all-around mini crit damage bonus. You can get multiple people with that, and you could say you could get the Fanowar multiple people with that. But to be honest, if there's like 3 heavies and you're gonna want to mark all 3 of them, you're probably gonna only be able to mark 1, and then you're gonna get killed by the rest of the heavies. It's not really a good weapon to use for melee or to get that little boost, because most likely you'll only get 1 or 2 people, and it's just not really a good weapon to combat against. It's just not really a good weapon all around. So that's number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have the Boston Basher, and this weapon could be debatable. Now, I guess it falls into that point of the scout shouldn't really be meleeing, so it's really dependable on how you take this. The Boston Basher, if you're really good at hitting your opponents, it could be considered really good, but most of the times you'll miss your opponents, and the bleeding effect does give some sort of bonus, but most of the times people won't be able to even hit their targets, and it'll just be really useless. If you miss your target, you get a bleeding effect, and that's not really good for a scout because you're already really low health, and if you get even more lower health, then that's just horrible. You might as well just put a -10 penalty on it, because then it would be full of crap. Because this weapon is just not that great in situations like this. It's just not really good. I guess I don't know, it could be dependent either way. The Boston Basher, in my opinion, I just don't think it's a really good weapon because of the situational and just the penalty it gives it for missing. I guess that it does require you to play more aggressive as scout, though, to get more kills with melee, and that's not really how Scout's supposed to be. Scout's supposed to be ranged. But on to number 2. Coming in at number 2, we have the Sun on a Stick, and I bet you guys all saw this coming. The Sun on a Stick is a very situational weapon. Now, it's really useful if you have pyros on your team, but if you do not, this weapon is just horrible. It was giving up a weapon slot that you could be used for the Cleaver, the Sandman. It could be used for any of those, but instead you're gonna go try around hitting other classes that have a flaming effect just to get some criticals on them, when you know they're losing health because of afterburn, and you could be killing them with your scatter gun, whatever pistol you have on. You could be doing that kind of damage, but instead you're going to try to go around and whack them with the Sun on a Stick. It may do a little bit more damage, but it's not really worth it. And besides, the pyro kills most of his targets anyway. For some reason, if there's opponent left after burning, I highly doubt you're going to be right there. There are some chances you're like right there and you see them and you try to whack them, but most of the time they'll probably soldier in all those other classes, they'll probably kill you instantly. But this is just a really situational weapon. It could be good if there is certain flaming effects on someone, but other than that, it's just not a very good weapon to use at all. On to number 1. Now, number 1, we have the Raptor Sasson. And this is just a downgrade from the Sandman. Let's just be real here. The bleeding effect you do if you manage to hit your targets, I guess, is sorta nice. But it's just not really good at all, in my opinion. Because just most of the time you'll probably miss. And it's just also one of those situational items, I guess. If you can manage to hit someone, good job. You didn't kill them instantly like you probably could do with the Sandman, because you would slow them down so you can have enough time to kill them. And that's great, because as a scout, your mobility is one of your best tools that you can use. But just using a bleeding effect is just, I wouldn't say, that good. Going up against someone that's a heavy, or someone that has higher health than you as a scout, which is well, actually probably all the classes, probably exception for like the kunai spy or something, then it's just not really gonna do that well. Sure, you'll give a bleeding effect to an opposite teammate that you're enemies with, but it won't kill them. And that's the thing. The bleeding effect is nice, but it basically does the same thing any gun could do. It lowers their health to a certain amount. I guess it lowers to the health where you don't have to hit them, and I guess you could get a few kills with it, but it's not really useful in that kind of I need that kill kind of way. If a person's low and you manage to hit them, then that's probably a guaranteed kill. But the bleeding effect is really slow, and if they're by a health kit, then there's no chance that would be useful for you. It's just not really that good for getting kills if that's what you want, and it's not really good for helping out your team at all in any way, because the scout's supposed to eliminate opponents and try to flank the other team, and it's just not really that great at all for that. It's more of I'll damage them and then hopefully I can finish them off kind of weapon. A melee weapon, in my opinion, is supposed to be able to kill, at least for other classes. I don't really think the scout has really any good melees, because he's not really that kind of melee kind of class. Exceptions for the atomizer, it does give you a triple jump. The Sandman cleaver, that's a really good one. But other than that, scout's not really meant for melee. But this just brings her to a whole new level. Anyway, yeah. Guys, I really did hope you liked this top 4. I know I may have just repeated a bunch of stuff, but that's because it's my first top 4, and I promised next one I put more effort into it. I kind of threw this one in just because I kind of wanted to get a video out, and I know that's not how you're supposed to do it, and I promise next video it will be more in depth. But I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video, and if you want another like top 4, top 5, top 10 scout like melees again, if you want me to cover melees or heavy melees or scouts primaries, secondaries, whatever, I'll be sure to do that. Just let me know in the comments, and just give this video a big thumbs up. See you guys in the next video.